Welcome home. Welcome back to your abandoned body. Windows broken, roof leaking, someone's taken a shit in the corner of the room. It's very painful when you return to your body again after this extended fantasy holiday. The fantasy being that the narcissist was a great person. You're unable to keep this fantasy going. The narcissist has either noticed that you're just not into it anymore. Your enthusiasm is flagging. You're bargaining and trying to defend yourself and negotiating and getting a bit tight about it. And you're just not... You look like shit. Look at you. Would you date you? Oh, come on now. With that blotchy skin and the fat where there shouldn't be fat, or alternatively you've gone gaunt. You look a wreck. Have some empathy for the narcissist here. But you're home. Your body's not designed to live in fantasy. It's designed to negotiate reality. And that's what you're going to have to do now that you're home. You're going to have to fix the place up. Addicts have similar behavior patterns because they're focused on something else, something that's not good for them. So we're going to find in the life of an addict a whole lot of stuff either not done or done hurriedly, sloppily, done so poorly that it has to be redone. And now that's the task ahead of you. Will it be exciting? Not as exciting as playing silly games with a narcissist, but it's real. This is reality. Not so exciting. So you can kind of kick around the trap house in which you now live, the derelict building. You can kick around in it and blame other people for the state that it's in. You can wish that you had more of your substance. Time goes on, the house gets worse. Or you can attempt to change it. So you're going to have to get a lot of things done. You won't be able to do them all as you would like to because you're in a lot of pain. The wind is blowing through your wall. Something has eaten your breakfast. It hurts. It's agony. You've been fooled. You've humiliated yourself. All addictions are like this. It's great at the start and terrible at the end. So that's where you are. You're at the tail end. So get yourself a piece of paper and write down things that you really need to do. Sometimes the problem upon coming out of these relationships is not that we're upset, it's just that we're not upset enough. We're sort of moderately upset, woe is me. Just upset enough to be paralyzed, but not enraged enough to do anything about it. Maybe you've been told anger is bad. And the narcissist has been telling you not to defend yourself. That you're wrong. Everything you do is wrong. They did that so they could rob you. Defend yourself now. And to defend yourself, you're going to have to get about it. Get a bit angry, a bit frustrated with yourself. You're not going to tolerate living in squalor. That's not you. You're not what the narcissist said you were. You'll show them. Anger is a very powerful motivating force. When you don't need it anymore, throw it away. You are in the safety and the privacy of your own head. Think what you like. Get angry. Get enraged. Not at the narcissist, but at yourself. Look how you have allowed everything to go to rack and ruin. You're better than that. How about a bit of grandiosity? How could I fall so fucking low? Right. Let's get this shit done. Get a piece of paper. Write down the things that you need to do. Focus on them. Attempt to finish them. You may need to change tasks, but now your focus is on getting goals achieved, setting goals and achieving them. That's going to be your new fuel. It's not fantasy fuel, it's real. So it's not going to be as high octane as the garbage you've been putting into your vehicle, but it's real and it's good for you. Aim yourself at your tasks and make them your focus. Every time your mind wanders off, you bring it back. It's a bit like meditation, except here we're just getting things done. Just getting that house livable again. It's intolerable right now. Coming out of the relationship, it's intolerable. So you need to make it a nice place to live again. You've got to get those things done. Write them down. Do what you can. Slowly tick them off. You'll need to rest, but make that your focus now. Your focus is not going to be waffling on to friends or associates or family about my narc ex. You've got a disgusting house. Have some pride. Be disgusted in yourself that you would want to just leave it like this and go and blather to somebody. You're just going to feel worse, because once you've finished talking and they say, yes, it's terrible how you live in squalor. That's so sad. It's sad how they made you do that. That's sad. You're a good person. You're going to go back to the same shithole. They're not. This other person will go to wherever they're going. Now you've just exposed yourself as being a loser. Every time you talk about the narc ex, it says more about you, because they're out there having a great time. It'll ultimately end in disaster as they kick the can down the road, but they're out there having a good time. Why are you being so pathetic? Why are you talking to people about your sufferings? Why are you dwelling, living in squalor, dwelling on this drug, this second-rate drug that you have been taking? Write your list. You can do a little bit of one job and then stop. Do a little bit of something else and then stop. Maybe you'll get one finished. Have a rest. But your focus is now going to be on getting those things done. That's your focus. You're going to make your life so simple that you can actually do it, because it's been so complicated that you can't. Nothing has made sense because you have been living in a gaslit world. You've been gaslighting yourself, and the narcissist has been gaslighting themselves. They're a great person. You're at fault. You need to do this, 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 and this, while the narcissist behaves atrociously. You're coming back to reality now. So you've got things to get done, because that's what reality's all about. It's not all about just hanging out with people all the time, looking into each other's eyes. There's a lot that needs to be done. Something you might like to do is to do your things well. So you're going to do things slowly, but you're going to do them well. That's going to give you a sense of satisfaction. No more of this drug user behavior. Drug users are in a hurry all the time. Get more drug. When they get the drug, happy for a while, run out of drug, hurry again. It's the life of a rat. You're not going to be like that. You have some dignity. So do things well. Perhaps you have a pair of boots you could polish. Do it well. Do all the corners. Maybe you have a bathroom you need to clean. Well, really go for it. Clean in the cracks, do around the taps, at the base of the tap. People neglect that spot. Really get into that basin. Scrub all that filthy toothpaste and scum out of there. Hit up that toilet, get the old vinegar in there. A couple of hours, gets that stuff off the bottom. Really do a good job of it. Have some pride. Have some self-esteem. Not esteem that someone else is going to give you. Nobody may see your beautiful, tidy house. This is for you. This is for you to calm down. You're calming yourself down. Your head is filled with garbage because you have been living in garbage land. You have been imbibing garbage. Your body has been fooled. You've been constantly misled. You have misled yourself. Your body doesn't know what's going on anymore. It's been fed a whole lot of lies. So let's be truthful about things. Let's really do a good job. Clean your windows. Again, the old vinegar, newspaper. Have a beautiful window to look out of. Have some pride. Addicts have no pride. They'll do anything to get their drug. Wretched. You're not going to be like that anymore. You're going to have good hygiene. You're going to do things that are worthwhile. You're going to build a life for yourself. It may not be a big one. Maybe it's just a tiny one, but it's yours. What's it about? What do you need to do to get it organized? This is not the time to be thinking about dating. That's what got you in trouble in the first place, this horrid, addictive attitude towards dating and being in relationships. This need to be in a relationship, otherwise you feel awful. It's important to have a relationship with reality. Wouldn't it be nice if you had two people that were in reality? So they wouldn't maybe have so much time, to look into each other's eyes, but when they did, it would be protected. It would be, part of a matrix. It's a safe kind of place. You won't fall into each other. You've got other things to do. You don't need to get right inside this person's head. You don't need to crawl under their skin, try and become one with them or anything psychotic like that. They have their life, you have yours. You have some time together. But the majority of your life is doing things that you need to do. 6 days shall you work, and on the 7th you shall rest. If you take that approach to your life, and you realize that your life is about getting things done that you need to get done, setting goals and achieving them, and moving in a good direction. If you can do that, you're the captain of the ship. Now it's your life. You won't just crash it into the rocks because someone told you that that's actually open water. Will it be easy? Not at first. But it will give good results. Fantasy relationships are very easy at first because they're just lies based on a false future. You're building a real future for yourself, brick by brick. It's not some grand, life that's going to fall out of the sky, land in front of you, a one-piece life. No, this is brick by brick. All the small things that you do, all the goals that you set and achieve are making your life. It's a solid life, this one. It's not built on bullshit. So you begin, you do things well. You write down a list of tasks that you want to do, that you need to do, some more fun than others. It can't just be all, cleaning toilet. You got to have some fun. So balance it up. But now your new fuel is getting things done. It's no longer blathering to people, fantasy self and fantasy other. You know what I mean? Like, you're great, I'm great, everything's great. Not really. Things have to be done. So that's what you're doing. Your list is not going to simply be some kind of capitalist grind yourself to death list. No, you're going to have a diverse life, a beautiful life. So yes, there must be work, there must be some play, but ideally you can kind of move those things a little bit closer together. You're not a kid, but you can do things that are fun. It can be fun to make a garden. It can be fun to grow plants, to mend clothes. It can be fun to clean things at times. Satisfying. You're changing your fuel. No more fantasy fuel. You're going to power yourself on reality, or at least you're going to become a hybrid. We have an intermediary stage. This is your esteem now. Setting goals, getting them done. Setting goals, getting them done. You have been lying. You've been living in fantasy land and lying and achieving stupid goals, vainglorious goals for someone who doesn't like you. It won't kill you to do some things for yourself. It may feel like it's killing you. Maybe it is killing a part of you. As I say though, take it slow. The idea is not to whip yourself into a frenzy so that you call them up. Be careful of self-sabotage, which can be doing too much with the intent of wrecking everything so that you have no other option but to go back to the drug, back to the narcissist. Do a bit of this, have a rest, reflect. Maybe it's time to do a little bit of another job. Maybe you're going to go back to the first job. But that's your life now. It's getting things done. Because your life has not been about that at all. You've been living in a fantasy land where you don't have to do any of that. But you do. Your body doesn't go away. You have abused it. As all addicts do. They abuse their bodies. The body has become a battery. It's become fuel for a fantasy. For your fantasy at the start and then their fantasy at the end. You've humiliated your body. It feels foolish and ashamed. Give it some dignity, if not for your own self. See your body as something else, someone else. Doesn't it deserve some kind of respect? Does it always have to be humiliated so that you can indulge in silly fantasies with terrible, terrible people? Give it a life. At least think about yourself in the future. If that doesn't work for you, what about your future self? They're going to come one day. They'll be here. And what have you left from them? Have you robbed them? Have you blown through your energy reserves for this lifetime and left nothing for old age? Why not be kind to yourself in the future? Be kind to that older person. More aches, more pains. Maybe some more regrets. Let's not try and have too many. But let's give them some achievements and things to look back on when they are too weak and too sore to do it anymore. Set yourself up for your retirement, as it were. This is not merely a financial thing. This is your soul here. You can be miserable with money. But if you have a rich life to look back on, you can feel proud when you're old. People don't expect much of you anymore. You've done it. You've done it. But if you haven't, if your life is a gaping, vacuous void, you'll be ashamed. You'll be doubly ashamed. The shame will be unbearable by that stage. The resentment, the envy. You'll look at the lives of others. You'll curse yourself, not for, if only I'd put in the hard work. Do you not look back at your schooling life sometimes and think, school was so easy, I could have done much better if only I had known? Well, here you are. It's the same position now. It's just a different game. You can do the right thing so that when you look back, you'll say, I did my best. I really did. I really do well. I'm proud of that. Allow others to envy your achievements in your life. You had a great life. Think of some figures that you respect. Imagine being them, what it must be like. People respect you for what you've done. You've done enough. You don't have to do any more. Otherwise, you may become old and withered and bitter. Lying about your achievements or hiding them, maybe burying yourself and other people still because you have nothing. You're just an appendage. Have some compassion for yourself. Have some anger towards this childish, abusive narcissist that is inside you. We all have one. We all have a narcissist. And it says, you're perfect just the way you are. You don't have to do anything. Just enjoy. You're a great person. Yeah, it'll all be great. It'll be just fine. Whispers to you. You have an opportunity now to stir up some energy and get some things done. You're going to change your life. You're going to transform. You're coming back to reality. You've learned the lesson. This has been a learning experience for you. Imagine how angry, how bitter the narcissist would be. Let's say 20 years from now. You've done a lot of great things. And you say, yeah, I had some bad experiences, but, they were all learning experiences, really. Trials and tribulations. And that's all the narcissist is, a footnote, an anonymous footnote. And they tried to destroy you, but they made you better. How must that make them feel? They threw everything they had at you and you took it and you made something beautiful with it. You defeated them. Now's the time. Now's the time you get to work. You don't get that story unless you put in the work. And it's a better story than being a loser. And saying, I'll just go no contact. Yeah, just go no contact. Yeah, no, it's fine. They're so evil, narcissists. I'm an empath. I'm good and they're bad. I don't do anything wrong. They're just meanies out there coming to get me. I'm perfect and good in every way. You're a narcissist, aren't you? What's the difference? Learn the lesson. The lesson is there's no escape from reality. You tried, but you could not achieve escape velocity. You just can't. You're always going to come back down. You flew too high. Some places we're not meant to go. Some things we're not meant to do. People we're not meant to be with. So you're back. You've learned the lesson. And now you're going to start. You're going to build your life. Not from bullshit, but from small tasks. Millions of them. One after the other. After the other. Be sure to take rests.